Prahlad Maharaj was not a Brahmana. He was a son of a demon, Daitya Sutta. But he is better than a Brahmana. So Prabhupada is bringing the point that we should not feel proud that we have taken birth in a Brahman family lineage. No. Anybody can become a Vaisnava. And becoming Vaisnava means you transgress, you are above the Brahmana. Already. If you are Vaisnava, the Brahmana qualities are already there with you. So you will surpass. So that's it. The samodama tapasocha khantiri ajarvam evacha jnana vijnanam astikyam brahmakarma svabhajam. That is already there because he is Vaishnava, so all these qualities are already inside there. So we should not try to become a Brahmana, so better to become a Vaishnava. Vaishnava is already a Brahmana. So all these qualities of the Vaishnavas, if we become a devotee, then all these qualities are there. So Prabhupada is here that how 6 Goswamis, though all of them are not Brahmanas, but because they are devotee, these qualities are there. As a moon never refuses to distribute its pleasing rays even to the home of a Chandala, a Vaishnava never refuses to act for everyone's welfare. There is a Vaishnava, is always obedient to the spiritual master. The word Arya refers to one who advances in knowledge, one who is defined in knowledge, one who is deficient in knowledge cannot be called Arya. Arya means a knowledgeable person. But at present, however, the word Arya is used to refer to those who are godless. This is unfortunate situation of this Kali Yuga. Nowadays, in India, there is a sanstha. They are called Arya Samaj. Actually, an Arya Samaj. Arya Samaj, they are into Jagya and all that, mostly. So, Prabhupada mentioning Arya means those who have understanding of Vedic literature. They are called Arya. But nowadays, those who have no understanding, they are called Arya. This is the unfortunate situation of this Kali Yuga. Yes, Prem Karuna Prabhu. Go ahead. You have to unmute.
Prem Karuna Prabhu, please ask your question.
He asked.
Yes. Maharaj, only if you're okay to take questions now.
Because your hand is there.
Okay. Maharaj, he was free from unnatural pride.
Yeah.
So then he had a natural pride. What
natural pride, unnatural pride, very nice. There is a false ego and there is a real ego. We should be deprived from false ego, not from real ego. The natural pride is, I am a servant of Lord Krishna. That is my pride, that is my identity. Dasoham Raghunathasya. We should proudly say like that. This is our garba. We should be proud for it. Yes, I am servant and servant of my Lord. This is our natural pride. Unnatural pride that comes from our education and qualities and learnings and that. Okay? Riches and all that. Got it?
Yeah, and okay, there's one question on text 33. He controlled his senses and life air.
Yes.
To control one's life air, usually,
doing pranayam. Yes.
So, Prahlad Maharaj engaged in anything like that?
Of course, maybe doing pranayam or controlling life air means he is not utilizing his life air for all other purposes, bad uses, only for bhakti. That is called control of life air. If your prana is used for the perfect cause, that is control. If you are using for misusing it, then it is not controlled. Okay?
So, Maharaj, when you say when we use our life as for bhakti,
Yes.
what do we understand by that? Can we say that we use our energy for bhakti? What do we mean by
Yes, of course. Prana means energy. Everything. The prana bhava is because we have prana, we can talk and walk and whatever do. When prana is not there, then we are dead body. So when you are living, not dead, so your every action should be bhakti. Then that is controlled. Life here is properly used. Okay? When you are dead, anyway you can't do anything. If life here not there, then we are dead body. We can't do anything. So all our doings, all our actions should be bhakti. Okay? Yes, Gadadhar Pran.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I want to ask a question that here Prabhupada mentioned that the word Arya refers to one who is advanced in knowledge.
Yes.
And yes, we also discuss how one should follow knowledge, follow Shastra, so that the consciousness gets elevated. And in practicing the Acharyas, they are sometimes they are applying Shastra according to time, place, and circumstances.
Yeah.
My question is that how do we know that one is applying Shastra according to time, place, and circumstances? Just like Prabhupada asking his disciple to chant minimum 16 rounds, then he can go back home back to Godhead.
Yeah.
But I couldn't find the reference that if one chants 16 rounds, they can go back home back to Godhead. So how do we know that we are?
Reference is there in Prabhupada books. What more reference you want? He is our Acharya. You have thousands of references. How come you don't find reference? So you don't have to surpass your Acharya, because Acharya is he who follows all the previous Acharyas perfectly. And he presents us in a practical way. So Prabhupada has gone through all the previous Acharyas, and by seeing our fallen position, he has given the perfect dose for us. Okay?
Yes, Maharaj.
Yes. It is in a Sadgoswami Ashtakam, Sankhya Purvaka Nama Gananatibhi. There should be a counting, there should be Sankhya. So Prabhupada keep a Sankhya, 16 rounds. And there is a proof also. Why is Prabhupada says 16, not less than that, minimum 16? It come down from 64, down, 16, that's all. Not less than 16. Why? So you don't know that, but it is there. Because in 16 rounds, we have somehow rather 25,000 names in 16 rounds. So in one day, we are taking almost 25,000 breathing, 25,000 times. So one name for one swasa, one breathing. So it is secure. One day is secured. Whenever you die, one breath, that is last, that's also name is there. You will be saved if you chant 16 rounds every day. Not less than that. Okay? If you chant less than 16, then your 24 hours is not secured. If you chant 16, then the 24 hours is secured now. One name for one breath, at least. Okay?
Thank you, Maharaj.
Yes. Okay, so all these qualities.
Maharaj, can you please explain the significance of the name? As you said now, name means 25,000 names.
In 16 round,
Yes,
because
Maharaj.
one round, 108 mantras we are chanting. In one mantra, at least 16 names are there, no?
Yes, Maharaj.
So you calculate.
27,648 names.
Yes, 27,648 names are there. So this is equal somehow or other, that many breath you are taking in day and night. That many times breathing. So one name for one breath. So that means insured. It is secured now. Whenever you die, one name is there. If you chant 16 times a day. Okay?
So how it is relevant to breathing? Breathing means?
But that many times you are breathing a day.
Okay.
In 24 hours you are breathing that many times. So that many names are there. तो सांस सांस में नाम हो गया ना, एक सांस के लिए एक नाम हो गया. This just like you are life insuring. You don't know how many years you are living, but you are keeping some amount to secure your life. So that is speculation. But here is perfection. It's not speculation, because you know that many breathing, as per your breathing, that many breathing you are taking in a day. And so for every breathing, one name is there you are keeping. So that is secure. Your one day is secured. Okay? Got it? Yes.
Yes, Maharaj.
So that's why you should not chant less than 16. You can chant more, but not less than 16. Okay, so those who are chanting 2 rounds, 4 rounds, 8 rounds, no, they are not fully secured. If you want to secure, then at least minimum 16 rounds, not less than that. Okay?
But that's why Srila Prabhupada decided 16 hours.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Not less than 16. He adjusted from 64 down, then 16, that's it. No, not less than that. Because we should be secure.
Maharaj, one can obtain same result by chanting 16 and 64? No.
No, why you are considering like that? I told minimum 16, at least your one day is secured. If you chant more, then you will get more benefit.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, yes.
You are getting minimum roti and dal, that's okay, minimum food. But if you get nice paneer sabji, some nice chutney, kheer, rasgulla, that's better or not? So that is bare necessary, so you can get more. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So all these in 31 and 32, all these qualities, mostly we can understand because these qualities are manifest in him, because he is a perfect devotee of Lord. So anybody will become devotee. It doesn't matter he should take birth in Brahman Kula dynasty or something like that. No. He was a son of Daitya, Asura. But because he was a devotee, all these qualities are there with him. So the point here is that we should not be busy by acquiring qualities. It is not possible, but we should be better busy and try to become a devotee, then qualities should follow. That is the main point to understand. That's what the point stresses here, that if we become a devotee, then all these qualities are there. And it is explained all this area, all these good qualities, perfection, all these are there. They will become, yes. The word guru refers to the spiritual master, mantra guru. Nadvigna chitto vyasanesu nispruha srutesu drishtesu gunesu sutadruk. Although Prahlad Maharaj was born in a family of asuras, he himself was not an asura, but a great devotee of Lord Vishnu. Unlike other asuras, he was never envious of Vaisnavas. He was not agitated when put into danger. That is a na udbigna. He should not be udbigna by others, and he should not make others udbigna also. That Krishna told in Bhagavad Gita in 12th chapter. So here it is saying, Prahlad Maharaj, he was not agitated when put into danger. and he was neither directly nor indirectly interested in the fruitive activities described in Vedas. Indeed, he considered everything material to be useless, and therefore he was completely devoid of material desires. Hmm. यस्मान्नो द्विजते लोके लोकानां द्विजते च जः हर्षमर्ष भयोद्वेगे सच में मुक्त हर्षमर्ष भयोदुर्मुक्तो सच में प्रिय. That's what Krishna told in Bhagavad Gita. यस्मान्न उद्विजते लोकः लोकानां उद्विजते च जः. He will not get udvega from the loka, he will not give udvega to the loka. Okay? So Prahlad Maharaj was like that. He was completely devoid of material desires. He always controlled his senses and life here. Yeah, they were saying life here, he controlled. From this verse, we discover that man is not qualified or disqualified by birth, simply by birth. That's what I told. Important is not birth. Important is yet he possesses the perfect Brahmana. The importance is anyone if he is become a devotee or not. This is important. If he become a devotee, no matter from which birth you are, a Chandala or Brahmana or Vaisya, doesn't matter. If you become a devotee of Lord, then everything will be there. Jasmin Mahad Gunarajan Grihante Kabibhirmuhu. So now Narad is telling, oh king, Prahlad Maharaj's good qualities are still glorified by learned saints and Vaisnavas, as all good qualities are always found existing in Supreme Personality of Godhead. They also exist forever in his devotee Prahlad Maharaj. Prabhupada mentioning one point here, that from authoritative scripture it is learned that Prahlad Maharaj still lives in Vaikuntha Loka, as well as within this material world and the planet Sutala Loka. He is staying in both places. It is mentioned in Bhagavatam 5th canto that he is there in Harivarsa with Narsingadev, and it is also mentioned that he is there in Sutala Loka with Bali Maharaj. In Bhagavatam it is mentioned. Both places is there. So how he is in both places? How can see? This transcendental quality of existing simultaneously in different places is another qualification of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Goloka eva nivasati akhilattam bhuto. The Lord appears in the core of everyone's heart, yet he exists on his own planet Golok Vrindavan. A devotee acquires qualities almost the same as those of the Lord because of unallied devotional service. Ordinary living being cannot be so qualified, but a devotee can be qualified like Supreme Personality of Godhead, not in full, but partially. Got it? So somebody become a elevated devotee, they can get some qualities of Lord. Mama sadharma magata, Krishna told in Bhagavad Gita. If my devotee, my elevated devotee, they will accept my dharma. Just like if iron rod, it's iron. But if you put for 1 hour, 2 hours into fire and it become red hot, then that iron rod is no more iron, it is fire. It is fire. But as long as it's connected with the fire. When you take out after few hours, it will become again back iron. So like that. As long as we are Krishna conscious, we are connected to Krishna, we can get the dharma to some extent, godly qualities. Yes, Param Karunaji.
Just going back to text 33, Maharaj.
Yes.
On one hand, it is said that Prahlad Maharaj is devoid of all material desires. And then little bit later, it says he subdued all his lusty desires.
Yes.
So how can someone be free from all material desires, but then at the same time he has material desire, but he's
And the
subdued?
same thing. Subdue means he is free. He has no lusty desire. Okay? There is nothing wrong in it.
Subdue means someone has something and they try to control it.
Well, he controlled because material desire, this sex life, Krishna told, if it's as per dharma, I am also sex life. So it is not bad, but still, in Prahlad Maharaj is in full control of it. Okay? Yes?
But
Somebody-
dharma viruddha bhutesu kamasmi bhartasya.
Yes. So you should not consider karma is degraded. Krishna is saying, I am karma, ipadi dharma sammata. Okay? So now, Prahlad Maharaj special position that he can stay in both places simultaneously, in Vaikuntha as well as in material world. And he is. He cannot can, he is there, even now. He is there. In any assembly where there is a discourses about saints and the devotees, O King Yudhishthir, even the enemies of the demons, namely demigods, what to speak of you, would cite Prahlad Maharaj as an example of a great devotee. Wherever, in Devasabha or Asura Sabha, wherever there is a discussion of a saintly person or devotee, they will definitely bring the example of Prahlad Maharaj. Okay? Now he is saying, who would list the innumerable transcendental qualities of Prahlad Maharaj? He had unflinching faith in Vasudeva, Lord Krishna, and unalloyed devotion to him. His attachment to Lord Krishna was natural because of his naisargiki mati. Vasudeva Bhagavati Jasya naisargiki mati. Prabhupada is mentioning this naisargiki is janma siddha vritti. By birth, he is like that. He is attached to Krishna because it is coming from previous devotional service. Purvadehikam. If somebody from boyhood, a child, he is showing devotional activity, that means he is carry forward. Although his good qualities cannot be enumerated, they prove that he was a great soul, Mahatma. In his prayers to the 10 incarnations, Jaydev Goswami says, Kesab Dhrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare. Prahlad Maharaj, a devotee of Lord Narasimha, who is Kesava, who is Krishna. That's what Prabhupada mentioning. Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanvan Mang Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sadhula. Why this? What is sound is resounding?
Somebody is using two devices.
Somebody is using two devices? Now
Actually, Maharaj, admin was unmuted.
Okay, done.
who is the admin? Govind Dev ji?
Maharaj, admin is Mayapur, but I have been authorized to conduct the class proceedings.
Uh-huh. So now it is sorted out, I think. Okay. Okay. So, आज in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna told, Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanman Mang Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sadullabha. Bahunam Janmanam Ante, now Prahlad Maharaj in this Janma, he is like that. He is exactly like Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma. He is Mahatma. Bahunam Janmanam Antid, what happened? She is in the beginning of the Janma. Naisargiki Mati. By birth. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj is the ideal devotee of Krishna consciousness. His heart was always filled with thoughts of Krishna. That is, his heart was always filled with Krishna. Ideal Krishna conscious devotee. Nasta kridanako balo jadabat tanmanastaya Krishna graho gruhitatmana veda jagadidrisham. Krishna graha. Grahadasa. From the very beginning of his childhood, Prahlad Maharaj was uninterested in childish playing. Indeed, he gave them up altogether and remained silent and dull, being fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness. Since his mind was always affected by Krishna consciousness, he could not understand how the world goes on being fully absorbed in the activities of the sense gratification. How people are busy in sense gratification, how the world work things going on, he cannot understand it because he is fully absorbed in thought of Krishna. His mind, his intelligence, in his thinking, feeling, everything is not connected, not bothered about what is going on in this material world. He is fully absorbed in thinking, feeling, and willing of Krishna. Prahlad Maharaj is the vivid example of a great person fully absorbed with Krishna consciousness. It is said in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sthavara Jangama dekhe na dekhe tara murti, Sarbatra haye tara Ishtadeva spurti. He can see Sthavara, he can see Jangama, but he will not see that Sthavara Jangama, he will see Krishna in Dev, his Ishtadev. He will see Ishtadev everywhere. Jo mang pasyanti sarvatra sarvang cha maim pasyati. Krishna told, I will not get away from him and he will not be away from me. I am always with him, he is always with me. So it is similarly like that. A fully Krishna conscious person, although situated in this material world, does not see anything but Krishna anywhere and everywhere. This is the sign of Mahabhagavata. Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena santa sadaiva hridayesu vilokayanti. Yam shyam sundaram achintya guna sarupam govindam adipurusham tam aham bhajami. Their eyes are always full with prem anjana, ointment of love. They are such kind of Mahatmas. It is sometimes said that when one is influenced by evil stars like Saturn, Rahu or Ketu, Shani, Rahu, Ketu किसी को लग जाए, he cannot make advancement in any prospective activity. इसको बुरा ग्रह लग जाता है, ग्रह दशा लग गया. In just the opposite way, Prahlad Maharaj was influenced by the supreme graha, Krishna, and thus he could not think of the material world and live without Krishna consciousness. That is the graha dasa. In material we should have some bura graha, Rahu dasa, now the Shani dasa, 16 years maybe, Rahu dasa, that many years, Ketu dasa. So now he has Krishna dasa, Krishna graha grahitana. And Krishna graha is not for 16 years or 7 years, it is unlimited years. Eternal. This is Krishna graha. And it is so nice to become Krishna graha grahita. Then you will be free from all this materialism. Though you will be in material world, but you will above this material world. If that graha will attack you, somehow or other, we are trying when this graha will attack us. Krishna graha grahitana. Prahlad Maharaj is the approved Mahabhagavata, the supreme devotee. In the previous verse, it is stated that he had natural attachment, naisargiki rati. The symptoms of such natural attachment for Krishna are described in this verse. Although Prahlad Maharaj was only a small boy, but he has no interest in playing and any other thing. Bala bastha krida sakta, taruna basta taruni rakta, वृद्धा बस्ता चिंताग्रस्ता. That's what told by Shankaracharya. These are the position when we are in childhood age, always interested in playing, attached for playing. Bala basta krida sakta, attached for playing. When we become young, after girlfriends, taruni rakta. And when we become old, then chintagrasta. What to do now? But Prahlad Maharaj, because he is Krishna Grahitanam, he has neither Krida Sakta, neither Taruni Grasta, nor Chintagrasta. He has only Krishna Grasta, only thoughts of Krishna. Just as a materialist person is always absorbed in thoughts of material gain, a Mahabhagavat like Prahlad Maharaj is always absorbed in thoughts of Krishna. Yes, Mahaprabhu Kripa Das.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. So this 37, text number 37, in the purport first one, a fully Krishna conscious person, although situated in this material world, does not see anything but Krishna, anywhere and everywhere. This is a sign of a Mahabhagavat. The Mahabhagavat sees Krishna everywhere because of his attitude of pure love for Krishna, as confirmed in the Brahma Samhita. So this is something which I've read a lot of time, but I have not got full clarity. I wanted some clarity from the Maharaj. We see a lot of situations whereby, we feel, for example, like in Bangladesh also, a lot of Hindus are being, tortured, and arrest took place, and a lot of negative things keep on happening. In 1947 also, it happened, So how can we, really absorb this verse? I wanted to be guided by you, Maharaj.
Because we are not Krishna conscious, we are this material activities conscious. We are thinking of these things. But these things is usual. It is not only this time it is happening. Even in Satyayuga it was happening. Yesterday we were discussing, in the devotees, they are also gone through this kind of situation. What you are speaking of the Bangladesh? In Devaloka, in Swargaloka, these devotees were so tense. They were praying without eating, without sleeping, without drinking. That was their position. Bangladesh, at least, that is not the position. No? Their better position. So it is not only happening this thing, this, that, because now media active. So, and we have no other job. We are only finding this kachada from the very beginning, from the day when we get up from bed, we will see our Bhagavati paper, Akbar, kachada. All this happened, bad happened there, this bad happened there. But if we, from the beginning, if you see Bhagavatam, then you will not see all these things. That is difference. If you engrossed in thoughts of Krishna, then all these things is least concern for you. These things will go on. It is always happening like that in this material world. It is not something new. Okay. Nowadays there is no wars, but previously when there was war between one country to another country, one king want to win over another country, so many dhana jana khay this happened. If you try to understand, this is nothing what is happening. Not even 2% of it. Okay? In India, many things, many times it happened when war happened. Much more higher than this situation. So nothing something new. This is quite natural to be happen in material world. Okay?
Yes, one more this thing. So does it mean then we go by what Lord said in Bhagavad Gita, that I am the cause of all causes?
Yes,
So not
yes, it is. Of course, he is the cause of all causes. We should understand that.
not to see anything but Krishna anywhere and everywhere.
Yes,
So whatever with the
whatever is happening, Krishna is behind it. Okay, yes,
Thank you very much.
yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, Prahlad Maharaj in Mahabhagavat stage. Yes, Param Karunaji.
Just trying to understand this point in text 38, that Prahlad Maharaj was absorbed in thoughts of Krishna and thus being always embraced by the Lord.
Yes.
So was he actually embraced by the Lord, or just that he was thinking of the Lord?
No, practically embraced by the Lord. Just like a mother embraced a small baby. So exactly, Prahlad Maharaj was not considering, he was just like a baby in the lap of a mother Govinda. He was always lying and sitting on the lap of Govinda as a small baby of Govinda Dev, Lord Govinda, not our Govinda Devdas. Okay, so when a small baby, if the mother is going for some household work, keeping the baby will start crying. Mama, Mama, where are you going, Mama? So Mama said, okay, I'm coming. So we become happy, started laughing. Similar symptoms. Prahlad Maharaj was feeling exactly like that. Because he was sitting in the lap of Lord. So when he sing Lord, become happy. When Lord went for somewhere, then he become unhappy, like that. He will dance and cry and laugh, just like a small child, small baby used to do when he's with her mother, with his mother. Okay? That's why when Hiranyakashipu used to throw him from the mountain peak, throw to the ocean to kill him. And he was laughing like anything. The asuras, they were throwing this. He said, we are thinking we will die, we are so tough, we are throwing, but he is enjoying like anything. Why? Because just like a mother sometimes, throw a baby to the up for his pleasure, and then his hands are behind. The baby knows my mother's hand are there to catch him. So why will we become fearful? Sky riding. So he was enjoying. He was so cheerful when they thrown from the peak of the mountain, and he was so cheerful that he can see that my Lord stretching his loving hand to hold me. So how cheerful he may be, just imagine. This is practical, yes. He's seeing my Lord is there to hold him. So he was so cheerful like that.
Maharaj, in that case, then why is it that then Mahabhagavata also thinks that I'm not a devotee, I'm not, and everyone else is engaged in devotional service?
Because devotional service they are not doing. They are so much absorbed in Krishna. They are so much with Krishna. They are saying, I am always taking benefit, I am not doing anything. Because they are so humble. Though they are 24/7 engaged, but because of their humility, they are not accepting that I am devotee. Rest of me, everybody is devotee except me. That is the feeling of, that is their humility. Okay? So, Kechid Badati Vaikuntha Chinta Savalech Savala Chetana Kechid Hasati. So, all these symptoms Because of the advancement in Krishna consciousness, he sometimes cried, sometimes laughed, sometimes expressed jubilation, and sometimes sung loudly. This verse further clarifies the comparison of a devotee to a child. If a mother leaves her small child in his bed or cradle and goes away to attend some family duties, the child immediately understands that his mother has gone away and therefore he cries. But as soon as Mama returns, then and cares for the child, Hmm. The child laughs and becomes jubilant. Similarly, Prahlad Maharaj, being always absorbed in thoughts of Krishna, sometimes felt separation, thinking, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? This example explained by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sunyaitam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Virahena me. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this is the devotee's position. Sunyaitam Jagat Sarvam, the whole world become empty when he can't see his Lord. Sunyaitam Jagat Sarvam, Govinda Virahena. When an exalted devotee feels that Krishna is invisible, having gone away, he cries in separation. And sometimes when he sees that Krishna has returned to care for him, he laughs, just as a child sometimes laughs upon understanding that his mama is taking care of him. Okay? So that is so natural. Just like a loving mother and a loving child, so this is a loving devotee of a loving God. Prahlad Maharaj is the example. You can understand like that. Naditi kechit utkantho bilajyo nityati kechit. Sometimes upon seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Prahlad Maharaj would loudly call in full anxiety. He sometimes lost his shyness in jubilation and began dancing in ecstasy. And sometimes being fully absorbed in thoughts of Krishna, he felt oneness and limited the pastimes of the Lord and imitated the pastimes of Lord. Imitation. So, exactly just like I was telling, just like a small boy. So, Prahlad Maharaj, thinking that he is fully protected by his dear loving Lord. The Lord is always with him. He has nothing to worry. If a child, he has to worry. Now, so winter season coming, which winter cloth I would get? Sweater or chadar, or he has to be worried. No, mother will worry it. What to speak of winter cloth? For his passing urine and passing stool, he doesn't care. Or she doesn't care. That is the business of mother. Mama will take care of it. I don't have to worry where is toilet, where is bathroom, where is water, nothing. That is her job. So like Prahlad Maharaj similarly, that is my Lord's job. I am jubilant. Prahlad Maharaj was dancing, chanting loudly, sometimes shamelessly dancing. So these are the symptoms. Because he was always with the protection of Lord, feeling and thinking and seeing Lord with him always. Not the Lord as his protector, as his maintainer, as his close, dear and near, like that. So these symptoms will be there. Exactly like a small baby with his father and mother. He will be careless. Why will think for anything? Everything is taken care of. Mama, Papa is there. I don't have to worry about it. So like that, Prahlad Maharaj is nothing to worry. He was dancing, crying, if they are not there, that is their job, that is Lord's job. Lord is so dear. Lord is so caring. Just we have to become a devotee like Prahlad, that's it. That's it. Lord is a perfect father, a perfect mother, a perfect husband, a perfect master, a perfect son. He is perfect in everything, in every relation. But we have to maintain our relationship with him, that's it. Sambandha jnana. We have forgotten our relation with him. That is our position. We have to revive it. But Prahlad Maharaj was in full in relation. He has not forgotten in 1% even. But we have forgotten 100%. That's why it is difficult for us to understand how it is. But for him it is natural. We never ask a boy, why you are so loving to your mama and papa? And that's natural. We can understand it because we have also gone through it and we are seeing it practically. But for a devotee, it is very natural. Similarly. Here the feelings of Prahlad Maharaj were in the mellow of Vatshalya, filial love and affection. As a child cries when left by his mother, when Prahlad Maharaj felt that the Lord was away from him, he began to cry. Again, a devotee like Prahlad sometimes sees that the Lord is coming from a long distance to pacify him, like a mother responding a child saying, "Oh, my dear child, don't cry, I am coming." And then the devotee, without being ashamed due to his surroundings and circumstances, begins to dance in jubilation. Yes, he's coming, he's coming. Thus, the devotee in full ecstasy sometimes imitates the pastimes of the Lord, just as the cowherd boys used to imitate the behavior of the jungle animals. However, he does not actually become the Lord. The devotee will not become Lord, but imitate the Lord. Lord used to do. Sometimes the boy, they make drama of their mother and mama and papa. Exactly, they will do the same imitation. How mama is behaving, how papa is behaving. Exact. Without any, that is perfect imitation. They can, they are observing every day, they are seeing it every day. They can do it perfectly. So the devotees, those who are observed, they are always in the near and dear Lord, with their Lord, so they can also imitate. That is their observation every day. Sometimes feeling the touch of the Lord's lotus hands, he becomes spiritually jubilant and remained silent, his hair standing on end and tears gliding down from his half closed eyes because of his love for the Lord. When a devotee feels separation from the Lord, he becomes eager to see where the Lord is. He becomes so eager to see the Lord. And again, sometimes, when he feels pangs of separation, tears flow insistently from his half closed eyes, as stated by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his Sikhyastakam, Yugaitam nimishena chakhyusa prabrusaitam. One juga is just like a nimisha. A nimisha, you know what is nimisha? Blinking of eyes. Blinking of eyes is nimish. In this time, in which time you can blink your eyes, that time the devotee will think that this is one yuga. A blink of eyes just like one yuga. Yuga itang nimishena. One nimisha is considered like a yuga in separation. And chakhyusa prabrusha itang. That means from eyes continuously tear flows, continuously flow of tears. Prabhusayitam. The word Chakshusa Prabhusayitam referred to tears falling incessantly from the devotee's eyes. These symptoms, which appear in pure devotional ecstasy, were visible in the body of Prahlad Maharaj. Yes, Govinda Devji.
Maharaj, yes, I am sorry for my intervention. Maharaj, what I am understanding, there are 5 transcendental principal mellows, that is Santa Dasa, Sakhya, Vatshalya, Madhurya.
Yes.
Prahlad Maharaj was attached to the Lord and to the Lord in the Vatshalya Rasa.
Now in Vachalya Rasa, yes.
Gopis in Braja Vrindavan, they are basically the sages of the undercurrent, so they manifest to participate in the Leela of Lord Krishna.
Yeah.
That was the instruction of Krishna, and they all release Vatshalya. Mostly, most of the Gopis are releasing Madhurya Rasa.
Yes. Yes.
So Madhurya Maharaj, Madhurya Rasa, of course, there is no, on the spiritual plane, on the spiritual plane is absolutely plain, there is no differences, there is no diversities in all the rasas. But Maharaj, Madhurya Rasa is somehow more releasable than other rasas.
Of course. Just like you should understand 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These numbers you understand? Na? The 1 is the lower or not in comparison to 5. If you say 3, 3 means 1 and 2 is there already inside the 3. Isn't it? So just like starting from Shantarasa. Shantarasa is 1. And then comes 2 is the Dasyarasa. Dasyarasa means Shanta and Dasya both. 1 and 2 there in 2. And then comes Shanta Dasya Sakhya. Sakhya means 3, that is 1 and 2 only there. 3 is there, 1 and 2 also there. It's not that 1 and 2 is not there. Sakhya and Dasya is included in Sakhya. Shanta and Dasya. Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya. Then Vachalya. Vachalya includes all other 3. Shanta, Dasya and Sakhya. And Vachalya is there too in 4. And 5th is Madhurya. So that means all 4 are there already. And 5th is there. Okay? But though it is like that, but still this rasa is connected with the absolute truth. The Krishna is absolute. Everything is absolute. 1 is absolute, 5 is also absolute. So those who are in Dasya rasa or Sakhya rasa or any rasa, they will feel so content. They will never ever feel to be promoted to other higher rasas. They will never ever feel like that because they will feel so content themselves. They are also in absolute stage. This is the characteristics of absolute, but we can't understand it practically, but this is it. Okay?
Yes, Maharaj, I am revolving around this particular point. That means gopis must have the same conviction, whatever conviction Prahlad Maharaj was.
Of course. Of course. They are always observed in their loving affairs. They are considering Krishna as their boyfriend. So exactly, they are feeling, thinking, wishing, everything is like that. Okay?
Yes, Maharaj.
Apparently, Prahlad Maharaj was placed in circumstances in which he was always tortured by his father. In such material conditions, one cannot have an undisturbed mind, but since bhakti is unconditional, ahetuki apratihata, Prahlad Maharaj was never disturbed by the chastisements of Hiranyakashipu. On the contrary, the bodily symptoms of the ecstatic love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead turned the minds of his friends who had also been born in atheistic families. Instead of being disturbed by the torments of his father, Prahlad influenced these friends and cleansed their minds. A devotee is never contaminated by material conditions, but persons subjected to material conditions can become spiritually advanced and blissful upon seeing the behavior of a pure devotee. So here one thing we can understand that we should not think that because you are devotee, you are chanting, you are following all devotional activities strictly, we should not have any troubles. This is our misconception. Even a devotee in the cadre of Prahlad Maharaj, if he is facing that side of troubles from his father only, forget of any other people. His father is trying to kill him, murder him. What is the fault? Because he is chanting Hare Krishna. He is doing devotion. That is his fault. That's why his father wanted to kill him. And the whole empire was against him, Prahlad Maharaj. But still, nothing happened to him. Ahetuki apratihata. So, even if the whole empire is trying to disturb him, trying to stop him, but the pure devotion is undisturbed, apratihata. So Prahlad Maharaj was never disturbed by the chastisements of Hiranyakashipu. We will be disturbed, little chastisement. One mail comes from somewhere, finished. Our chanting finished. We become so disturbed. But Prahlad Maharaj's chastisement, we cannot imagine. We cannot imagine. If we get a notice, I am dismissing you from your service. Oh, my service gone, finish. We will become so much worried. Prahlad Maharaj is not service gone. He is getting order to be killed. Tomorrow morning, bring this elephant, put him into fire, put him into serpent. Threaten of killing. If we get threatening of cleaning, my God, he died by that only. By this threatening only. Or we will be run away to somewhere else. But Prahlad Maharaj was never going out. Every day, not only getting threatened, practically he was putting into that situation to be killed. Every day. But then, after that, he come back to his house and eat prasadam and sit and chant nicely. That's why Hiranyakashipu became too much worried. He said, this boy is too much. Na darta hai, na marta hai. Neither he is dying, nor he is going. Nor he is going away. Again coming back. So this is pure devotional service. Ahetuki apratihata. Apratihata. But our devotional service is not pure. That is, every thinking is pratihata. He is looking at me. He is saying like that. My health is not supporting. So much pratihata because our devotion is so impure, But just here, this is Prahlad Maharaj. So much disturbance, so much suffering, so much trouble. But nothing happened to his devotion. It increases. Nothing happened, slightly, never. He enjoys all this chastisement and become more happy. This is speciality in Mahabhagavat stage. Okay? And one more thing it is said here, that not only he become undisturbed, by seeing his undisturbed and seeing he is so blissful, the other materialistic person become also favored. They also become devotee by seeing me. That happened. Then say Prahlad Maharaj just took one lunch break, isn't it? Yes. Recess time? Recess or recess? Recess, na? That midday in school, recess time, that lunch break time. In that lunch break time, he transformed the whole university to devotee. All the students, they said, we are not going to do our course, complete our course. We will do kirtan. The principal, the director, they became worried. They said, what happened, Baba? The whole university finished now. This boy just, there was no, what they play? हाँ? नहीं, वो दीवार में प्ले करके देखा था ना, क्या बोलते हैं उसको? अरे जो आजकल सब प्रीचिंग में दिखाते ना, प्रोजेक्टर, नो, उसको क्या बोलते हैं ना आप लोग? It's no instruments like that. But still, by talking to these boys in this recess time, he converted them to devotee. PPT. There was no PPT. Prahlad Maharaj never used PPT also. Just by talking to the boys in this half day time, lunch break time, he converted them. Hmm? Because he, in his whole body, from his finger to his hair, every inch full of, loaded of love of Godhead. So whenever he speaks or looks or touches, anything he's doing is injecting Krishna consciousness to others. So anybody come in contact with him, touch him, look him, see him, they get Krishna conscious because it is there within him. Yes. Some used to say, what we have, that will come out. So what we have, suppose we are standing in a queue and we are, some people standing in you taking a chai cup in his hand, hot tea. So somebody passing through, so he got little touch from him. So this tea cups, tea comes out. Oh, started shouting. Hmm. Because what is there inside, that is comes out. So if we are getting little bit tease, so immediately what is there inside, this will come out. Hmm? Because we are full of krodha, kama, lobha, these things will come out. But those who are full of love of Godhead, you do whatever with them, what is there inside, that will come out. So that love will come out. Okay? So Prahlad Maharaj was loaded, fully loaded with love of Godhead. So in his every action, every movement of his body, the love of Godhead is coming out, oozing from his all parts of his body. Hmm. So, my dear King Yudhishthira, the demon Hiranyakashipu tormented this exalted, fortunate devotee, although Prahlad Maharaj was his own son. When a demon like Hiranyakashipu, despite his elevated position, due to a severe austerities, begins to teach a devotee, he begins falling down, and the results of his austerities dwindle. One who oppress a pure devotee loses all the results of his austerities, penances, and pious activities. Since Hiranyakashipu was now inclined to chastise his most exalted devotee son Prahlad, his opulences began to dwindling. So, this is very danger. If you do Vaishnava Parad, if you teach and give troubles to the devotees, then all our pious things, all our achievements, accumulations will slowly going to finish. Hiranyakashipu, though he had done so much austerity, but because he was chastising his son Mahabhagavat Prahlad Maharaj, so his powers, his prowess started dwindling. So Yudhishthira Maharaj is asking, Devarsi Narado Vidito Ichhami, Etad Vidito Ichhami, Vidityam Tava Subrata. Etad Ichhami Vidityam Tava Subrata. To know about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the characteristics of his pure devotee, one must inquire from authorities like Devarsi Narada. So if you want to know about Lord, then don't ask anybody. So Prabhupada is writing here. One cannot inquire about transcendental subject matters from a layman. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, Satam prasangan mam virya samvido bhavanti hritkarna rasayana katha. Only by association with the devotees one can authoritatively understand the position of the Lord and his devotees. A devotee like Narada Muni is addressed as Subrata. Su means good and Brata means bhav. Thus the word Subrata refers a person who is nothing to do with the material world, which is always bad. It is not Su, it is Ku. One cannot understand anything spiritual from a materialist scholar puffed up with academic knowledge. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, Bhaktyamam Abhijanati, one must try to understand Krishna by devotional service and from a devotee. Therefore, Yudhishthira Maharaj was quite right in wanting to learn further about Prahlad Maharaj from Sri Narada Muni. In one purport, Prabhupada is writing, Hiranyakashipu was a authentic demon, Pramanik Rakshas. He is not unauthentic. He is authentic, authorized demon. Yes, because Sapagrasta is authentic demon. So now Yudhishthira Maharaj raised this question, very nice question. If father and mother are always affectionate to their children, when the children are disobedient, the parents chastise them, not due to enmity, but only for the child's instruction and welfare. How did Hiranyakashipu, the father of Prahlad Maharaj, chastise such a noble son? This is what I am eager to know. You got it? What Yudhishthira Maharaj asking? Any parents, they used to chastise their children to correct them, to make them humble, to make them advanced, to make them gentle, not with enmity, because they love their child. So they used to sometimes chastise. But and who to those boys who are getting chastised, those who are naughty. But Prahlad Maharaj was naughty. He was so noble, such a wonderful child. Pitama, the father, mother should be so much happy, glorified. Our son is so advanced. But the other way happened here. Hiranyakashipu was so worried, he wanted to kill. How come he is such a noble son, such a dear and such a full of good qualities, good form, all everything good, auspicious? Why his own father wants to kill that son? So Yudhishthira Maharaj wants to know why it's happened. Maharaj Yudhishthira further inquired, how was it possible for a father to be so violent toward an exalted son who was obedient, well behaved, and respectful to his father? O Brahmana, O Master, I have never heard of such a contradiction as an affectionate father's punishing his noble son with the intention of killing him. Kindly dissipate our doubts in this regard. So now the history will begin. Narada will start. Yudhishthira Maharaj, this is the question. How come this happened? He's such a nice boy, nice son, and why father wants to kill him? So this is the question. So, yes, it is unnatural. If he is a good son, no father and mother will become more attached to him by love. They like him more and more if he is a good boy. And Prahlad Maharaj is not only good, he is best. So why Hiranyakashipu want to kill him? It is quite unnatural. And he is well behaved and respectful to his father. I used to tell that if you want to get some things done from your papa or mama or anybody, just do Trisandhya. Trisandhya means morning, noon and evening. Go and offer obeisances touching his feet and touching your head to his feet 3 times a day. Then see in 1 week, their behavior will change drastically towards you. Drastically, just by doing these things. I used to tell if any wife will do this to husband, then husband will become changed. If father will do to, if the child will do to father, the father will become lovely. If the younger brother will do to elder brother, elder brother will change, behavior will change. Anything you want to get, should do these things. And Prahlad Maharaj is naturally so much respectful, so well behaved, so obedient. Still, how it happens? So now Jyoti Maharaj is saying how it happens. So the story will start from chapter 5. Okay? Now we have time for question. Yes, Govind Devji.
Maharaj, yes, I am a bit doubt how with regard to this Bhagavatam transcendental conversation. So there is a conversation conducted between Udhishthira Maharaj and
Naraji.
Naradji.
Yes.
So this conversation was also projected, was spoken by Sutta Goswami to the sages at Naimisharanya, and that was also spoken by Sukadeva Goswami to Maharaj Parikshit.
Yes.
So this chapter was
Now spoken by me to you too.
Yes, Maharaj. So Maharaj, as regards the chronology of the subject means, only this chapter means Prahlad Maharaj transcendental conversation as it was conversed between Lord Chaitanya and Gadadhar Pandit in Tota Gopinath temple.
Yes.
This conversation was also
Yes.
was discussed between these two.
Yes. Gadadhar and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his staffs.
Okay, so that was there. So this chapter was only the conversation between Udhishthira Maharaj and
Not this chapter, the whole canto. Prahlad Charit. Prahlad Charit consists of 10 chapters. In 7th canto, 10 chapters consists Prahlad Charit.
Okay.
Another 5 chapters are Dharma. Till 10th chapter, only Prahlad. The longest description of Bhakta Charit of Prahlad Bhakta Charit. 10 chapters. Okay? So Gadadhar and Chaitanya, they used to discuss these 10 chapters, not only this chapter. 1 to 10 of 7th canto.
So this conversation was imported by Sutta Goswami while he
Yes. Any time there is Bhagavad Katha, they used to do. There must be a speaker, there must be some hearer. Many times, thousands sittings of Bhagavatam there, so everywhere this Charitra will be discussed. Prahlad Charit. That's what Naraji is telling to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Not that I am telling to you, in any Deva Sabha, in any Asura Sabha, when there is a discussion about the saintly person or some devotee, then they used to talk about Prahlad. Not only here and there, everywhere. That Naradi was telling at that time also to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Many classes, many discussions happened in many places about Prahlad.
Maharaj, yes, Vasudev compiled this transcendental document. This
Yes.
was Bhagavatam.
Yes.
So by just quoting the conversation of different devotees to different recipients of knowledge, in that sense, sir, because the chronology that is creating doubt in my mind, how this was compiled in that way, because Vasudev, it manifests to Vasudev and he compiled.
Yes.
But referring to the conversations from different devotees?
No, he took that conversation of Yudhishthira Maharaj and Narad. He only took that discussion. The discussion took place between Narad and Yudhishthira. That Vasudev written. Then many authorities, they discussed about this. Okay?
So Maharaj, there is Vidur, Udhishthira conversation, Nimi Maharaj, Navayogendra's conversations.
Yes. So that Vasudev took all these things from the main conversation, like Narad Yudhishthir, Kapila Devahuti, Navajogendra Nimi, Bhishma and Yudhishthir, so many, all these, Vasudev took all these things. So then in wherever there is Bhagavad, so they will also discuss these things. Sukadeva Goswami discuss, Sutta Goswami discuss, and many others discuss. But original discussion was taken by Vasudev and recorded.
there any chronological progression to understand when it was stated by whom and what time? That history is not reproduced here in Srimad
No, you can see by the Yuga just like Prahlad Maharaj in Satya Yuga. Hiranyakashipu's time. Okay.
Yes, Maharaj.
These rishis like Vyasa and Valmiki, they are called Trikaladarshi. You know what is the meaning of Trikaladarshi?
They can understand past, present, and future.
Yes. So if they can understand about future, so how you can say they can write about future, they can write about past, they can write about present. For them it is not difficult. For us it will be difficult to understand. Oh, it is not happened, how they write? But for them they can see the future too, they can write it. That is our problem, that we cannot see. It is not happened, they can write. Valmiki composed Ramayana before Ram appeared and Ram happened his pastimes, did his pastimes. Because he can see it before. Okay?
Yes, Maharaj.
Even Vyasdeva has written something about Chanakya. In the 12th canto Bhagavatam, see many instances are there which is happened in this Kali Yuga, the symptoms, and Vyasdeva written. Because he can see it. He can see the symptoms Kali Yuga, he has written it. So we are no Kaladarshi. Not we can see in the present, what to speak of past and future. So we are become bewildered. So we should not become bewildered because our position is very, very minute and limited. Okay? So don't become.
I am struck with this doubt because first, Sukadeva Goswami, there is a conversation Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj.
Yes. And then second sitting is Sutta and Saunaka.
But
Then we are getting this Bhagavatam. I am telling you, this Bhagavatam comes after two sitting. When Vyasdeva composed, after that the first sitting happened between Sukha Parikshit. Okay? And then Sukha Parikshit, that section was also mentioned in first Canto Bhagavatam. In first Canto Bhagavatam, Sukadeva was not appeared to Parikshit Maharaj. In the end of first Canto, he appears. That was also written by Vyasdeva. And when Sukadeva must be speaking the first canto, he is speaking before he appeared. Isn't it? So, and then second sitting happened in Namisaranya, Sutta Saunaka Samvad. And then we are getting this Bhagavatam. Okay? Our Bhagavatam is after these two sittings. That's why first canto is added. Otherwise, Sukadeva Goswami is spoken from second canto only. Okay? And when Sukadeva Goswami spoke, the Sutta Goswami event was not there. But before that, Sukadeva Sukha Saunak Sanab, Sutta Saunak Sambad. So we get this Bhagavatam printed after the two sittings. You understand? After first sitting of Sukadeva and Parikshit, and the second sitting Sutta and Saunak. That's how we get 12 canto, first canto and everything. Otherwise, Sukadeva when spoke to Bhagavatam, he spoke only second canto. First canto was not there. And Sukadeva Goswami, Sutta Goswami spoke, he also didn't speak full first canto. Because he himself only Sutta Saunaka Sambad, he will not start. Their thing they will not say. So because this Bhagavatam we get after two sittings, so that's why it is Sutta Saunaka Sambad is included, Sukha Parikshit Sambad is included in it. Okay?
Yes, Maharaj.
Yes. Yes. Parama Karuna disappear or what?
Me and March.
Achha, we are there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody has any questions?
Yeah, that's what I'm remembering you.
I think Vrinda's got her hand up. Did she already ask the question?
No, I have not seen. Oh, hand is headed hand. Okay. Yes, Vrindadi.
Hare Krishna Maharaji, please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much, Maharaj, for the wonderful class. Maharaj, I had a doubt, but I am not sure about it. Maharaj, as you said that a Vaishnava has all good qualities and he surpasses even a Brahmana. But when Mahaprabhu lived in the house of Chandrasekhar Acharya, he used to have prasadam at the house of Tapan Mishra.
Yes.
The reason was that he was a Brahman.
Yes.
But Maharaj, wasn't then Chandrasekhar Acharya a Vaishnava?
Of course.
Then why did Mahaprabhu not have prasadam?
So that you should ask to Mahaprabhu, why you are asking me? Why you didn't accept here? Because it is also described that Tapan Mishra make an agreement when he first meet. When Mahaprabhu appeared in Banaras, first Tapan Mishra saw him before Chandrasekhar. Tapan Mishra first saw him. Then he make a ground, Prabhu, as long as you are there in Banaras, please you have to accept Bhikkha from my house. But one thing, I don't have a separate room for you to stay. But I can arrange, because Chandrasekhar is here, he has a nice arrangement for you to stay. But please don't neglect my prasad. That was, he made the condition that time. Okay?
Yes, Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj. And one more question, Maharaj, I had was that as you said that all transcendental qualities were manifested in Prahlad Maharaj because he was because he was Mahatopasak. So, Maharaj, how can we also build unflinching faith and surrender towards Guru and devotees more and more?
By reading this kind of and hearing this kind of conversation and Bhagavatam. Okay?
Thank you so much.
By reading and hearing only you can get these insights. Gaura Dayanath and Maharani Didi. This unseen people, only Sabda, no Rupa.
Because my internet connection is not so good, so
Okay,
that's why I don't have the big internet.
Okay, Rupa is not manifesting.
Hare Krishna, reverence of Maharaj.
Okay.
So I have two questions from yesterday's class. It could be.
Okay.
So one question is, can Your Holiness explain a little bit more about Your Holiness said that Prahlad Maharaj has different qualities by birth, not by practice.
Yes.
And some qualities are born in us by birth and not by practice. Can Your Holiness explain a little bit more of that?
Yes, these good qualities are coming by birth because it is sanskara. Sanskara is the practice what we have done in our previous life. In our house, our father, mother is sanskarit, father and sanskarit's mother. These practices we are doing, that practice carry forward. That is called sanskar. That is called abhijatasya. Just like in Bhagavad Gita, 16th chapter, when Krishna is describing about the qualities of devata and the asuras, there are 3 verses. You can see 16, 2, 3, 4, I think. Krishna is telling that it is abhijatasya bharat. Abhijatasya means, yes, abhayam sattva sansuddhir bhagavan vacha, abhayam sattva sansuddhir jnana yogam avasthiti danang dambhascha jagyascha swadhyaya stapa arjavam ahimsa satya akrodhas tyaga santir apaisunam daya bhutesu alulpatvam ardravam hirachapalam teja khyama dhrutir socham adroha natimanita anitimanita bhavanti sampadam daiving abhijatasya bharat. This Devi Sampada is by birth, not by practice. So it is abhyas. By abhyas it is there with him. So now, if we practice something, then it will come in our next birth. That will become sanskar. Avijatasya. Sahajat guna. So like that, Prahlad Maharaj Prabhupada has written in his purport, because of his previous devotional service. Janma Janmani, he must have done in every life. He was a pure devotee. Many past lifetimes he was doing all these things. So it is fully practiced. He can do any other thing because it is well practiced in each life. Millions and millions of life he has done all these things. But in our millions and millions of we have not done these things. Only starting this life we are starting. That's why we are, when taking chanting bead, we are getting sleep. Because we have not practiced it. We have practiced sleeping, eating, mating, depending that we have practiced. Chanting we have not practiced. Hearing we have not practiced. That's why we are getting sleep. But Prahlad Maharaj never practiced all other things except chanting, hearing, and all these things. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. From millions of times. So that's why Naisargiki Mati. Naisargiki means from birth. From the childhood, he plays all these Mahabhagavata symptoms. Usually, naturally, the children should be attracted towards playing, isn't it? But Prahlad Maharaj was not playing. He was serious. And he make the other boys serious too. They were ready to play. They said, don't play, waste your time. Come and start doing kirtan. And they did it. He convinced them. Okay? So that is Sahaja Guna. These gunas are coming by birth. So if we practice now devotional service in this lifetime, then in next life it will become our Sahaja Guna. By birth we will become like that. I can see some boys and girls, they are showing some of this Sahaja Guna from the childhood time. Though they are quite young in age, but they are such a nice devotional mentality. They are kind of understanding behavior and speaking, reading. They are just like so senior to us because they have practiced in their previous life. So that's why their behavior, their talking, their speaking, their writing is like that. Because that is coming from their previous birth, carry forward. So Prahlad Maharaj, that qualities, these qualities were carried forward from many his previous lifetimes. Because he has only practiced in his each lifetime he was doing all these things. He was pure devotee, always. So for him it is quite natural. Sahaja Guna. And those who are devatas, they are always doing Daivi Guna, Daivi Sampada. So these Daivi Sampadas are coming with them from the birth. From the birth. It is somewhere said Abhijatasya means also sometimes if the children is taking birth, if that birth is very pure, just like you do proper Garbhadhana Sanskar, proper puja, and all follow the all scriptural guidance when before you bring that child into the womb of the mother. So if you do it properly as per the Vedic instructions, then that is also Janma Suddhi, that is also Sahaja Guna. Some special child will come having all these good qualities. That is called Abhijatasya. If the Janma become as per the instructions given by scripture, then one devotee child will come, devotional soul will come. Otherwise, a Badmas soul will come, a Gunda soul will come. If you want a devotee soul, then you have to follow the rules and regulation. Then your son or daughter will become a devotee. Okay, like that this is called Abhijatasya. So Prahlad Maharaj was in his each lifetime, previously and present also. He was a pure devotee, so his gunas are natural with him, practiced. Yes, Nursing Manitai?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. So Maharaj, you have narrated this verse from Bhagavad Gita, 16th chapter 1 and 3.
Yeah.
1 to 3.
Yes.
So this is connected with Prahlad Maharaj's first time. Because Prahlad Maharaj, he performed his pure devotional activities when he was his mother room, and in his previous life he also was a
Yes.
Brahmana.
Yes.
So this is due to his previous life austerity.
Yes.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Yes. Gurudev, you have some more questions?
Yes, I have one more question.
Yes.
Also, correct me if I'm wrong. So, Krishna made some arrangement to, in that way, Hiranyakashipu will offend a Vaishnava like Prahlad Maharaj.
Yes.
So that's why he was defeated, right?
Yes, he will be killed.
Yes.
Yes.
So my question is, but what about the Devas and what about the Brahmanas? Because Hiranyakashipu also harassed Brahmanas, also harassed the Devatas who are also Vaishnavas. So why is say that only Prahlad Maharaj was a Vaishnava? So that's my question, because the Devas
Devatas were not that good devotee. They are executor of their duty. They are representative of Lord in administration, but they are not that kind of good devotee. But Lord will help Devatas too. Devata, Go, Brahmana. So Lord will help them. The Lord will appear for them also, but it will take time. But if a devotee, then no time. Immediately action will be there. Okay? Lord can tolerate for some time and see when the maturity will come, when Deva, Go, Brahmana, Vishnu, Dvesa, when the limit cross, then Lord will appear. But for devotee, no limit. Immediately Lord will appear. So Lord told that for you, you have to wait. But if he started chastising his son, Mahatma, Prahlad, then no time I will appear within no time. And I will kill him. Okay. Yes, Mr. Question.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I don't know how to phrase this question, but I'll just kind of try my best and put it out there. All this, I mean, it's similar, I'm kind of continuing on from yesterday, all these things about accepting, belief or faith, all of these things. It seems like this is there in all spheres of life, whether it's people have faith or acceptance of science, people have faith or acceptance of any other religion. And what's the amazing thing is that when we talk about faith, like for example the Big Bang and so on, people kind of accept that as the truth, and many of the times they accept this as the truth because mathematically it leads to a singular point, and mathematically it kind of explains what could have happened. And then when it comes to religion, what we say is, rather than kind of approaching it mathematically this way, that way, logically, God created everything. God is the source of everything.
Yeah.
So, and then we have in other religions, religions. For example, they talk about the moon was broken in half, and then somehow Muhammad or Allah put it back together, right? And they're convinced about that. And then Muhammad traveled on a horse or like that, across the sphere of the earth or the universe. Now they really believe that, and there are many other things which they accept as fact.
Yeah.
Right? So now, when we go beyond rationality, when we go beyond our senses, then in all of these groups, religious groups, science, even political groups like communism,
Yeah.
then we're entering a ground of like belief and faith, and it's a very risky area because then it's just my belief against yours.
Yes.
And therefore, then we have these you could say many of the clashes in the world happened because of my belief against yours. And it's gone beyond rationality, and it's gone beyond like, okay, this is how do you say, an observable experiment. This is an observable fact. So then, how do we understand this in relationship with what we're hearing in the Bhagavatam about, really everything, and our concept of creation and the demigods and all these wonderful and amazing things that are there in the universe and so on and so forth. So yeah, just I don't know if I kind of heard it rightly, but just wanting to kind of
Yes. I'm getting it to some extent. What you are trying to ask, that for the modern people, especially modern educated people in modern science, for them it is difficult to accept these things, because from their beginning of the child school day, they have gone through kachada, all these bogus things. So they are full of bogus things. So they will not become immediately so sober to accept all these things. That is one thing. Another thing, if somebody is genuine person, I'm just asking you, two things are there. Now choice is yours. One thing is belief. Belief can be changed, but fact cannot be changed. That is fact. You cannot change it. It is there. So one thing is that suppose two things are there, two persons. One person, he in his whole life career, he has never spoken any lie. He has done full austerity, and he has done all good things. He has with full faith studied all the Vedic literatures and observed many vratas, vows, and all good things he have done. So you want to accept his opinions, or you want to accept another person in the whole career he has gone through the four regulatory principles, means meditating, intoxication, illicit sex, and gambling. He was doing the whole life. He was doing all these things, all these bogus things, and now because he has some money and prestige in society, he is a big thing, big boss. So to whom you accept? If it's come to your case, to choose one of them, whose verse, whose opinion you will accept? Tell me.
yeah, definitely someone who's followed.
Of course. So this is the thing. That is what our shastras are spoken and written and discussed by these kind of personalities. So why we will not accept their opinion, and why we will accept such people who are whole career following these bad things, woman hunters, intoxicators, and all that, gamblers? This is not genuine rationality, thinking. If you have little bit intelligence, we should choose them. Why to choose these people? That's why any genuine person, they should definitely accept the person of Vedic religion. Because these people are Rishi, Muni, Mahatmas, they have the whole life they have sacrificed for these things, for the research and all that. They have understood, they have realized, they have seen it, and they are speaking it. It's not for the Aima story. This is fact they are telling. And in this Bhagavat, in the sitting, when Sutta Goswami was speaking, 88,000 of rishis was hearing this narration. And they were sitting in Namisaranya, they were doing a yajna for 1,000 years. For what they are doing yajna? The objective was, this Kali Yuga people are so degraded, for the betterment of their. They are so paradukhe dukhi. They want to help the Kali Yuga people degraded condition, to help them. To help the Kali Yuga's degraded position, they were doing this yajna for 1,000 years. And in that yajna festival, this Bhagavatam was spoken. So they were so helpful, they were so welfare concerned and all these people. So why we will not get their opinion? Why will take the opinion of these bad character people? There are 88,000 Rishi Muni. They accept the versions of this Bhagavatam, Sutta Goswami. And not like us. We people so bad. We are thinking, no, these bogus things are so nice, Big Bang Theory. But they will never accept. Like that. Got some extent?
So, Maharaj, the main point that you're making is that because of the quality of the person that's relating it to us.
Yes.
Therefore, because based on that quality, therefore this must be
accepted.
Must be accepted.
Yes.
Must be superior amongst
yes.
all kind of theories.
Yes.
Or kind of a knowledge of creation and so on.
Yeah, and not only that, this modern science, whatever is proving, they don't have any concrete proof for it. All this modern scientific mathematics, we are saying mathematical. Mathematics also start with suppose. Suppose this is equal to that. What is the meaning of suppose? There is no perfect figuring things, just like Vedic picture I told yesterday, Jalaja, Navalakhyani, Sthavara, Lakhya Vinsati, with facts and figures. They don't have that, they are only imaginations, super imagination speculations. Based on that, the mathematics is based on that only. Science is based on that only. Why you accept to a blank check? If a considerate person, he will never ever think like that.
And Maharaj, would we say to someone, because you eat meat, because you drink,
yes,
therefore you're not a good doctor, or you cannot really comment on creation and existence and so
yes,
on?
We should say like that. Why not?
Because they will turn around and say, look, I may be doing all of these things, but just as you are sincere in terms of finding out the source of existence and serious, I'm also serious and I'm genuinely trying to understand.
Yeah.
And I appreciate, yes, I may be drinking, I may be eating meat and so on and so forth, but I also investing my time and energy.
If you are really interested in investing time, then don't do these bad things. Become a good. Then aspire good things. Okay? If you want to be good doing bad things, how it happen? If somebody want to become a good, then all symptoms of good things will be there. Okay? Yes. So that's why all the Rishi, Muni, Brahmanas, they are always superior than to these Sudras. Their understanding, their brain is contaminated, degraded and poor. Okay? Time is over for today. You can see tomorrow in chapter 5. Hare Krishna.